Hello, happy Wednesday. Danny Cunningham, Ramie Makhlouf with you on today's edition of Cluster Fun. Going to be talking some Twins, some NBA, and some dead people. So it's a very interesting slate of topics. Oh, we'll get there, don't you worry. Last night, Twins beat your diehard fandom, the Brewers. They beat them 5-3. I've got a question, and I asked Judd this yesterday.
Yes.
But Rosario hit the only home run for the Twins last night. And when I watch the Twins or go to a Twins game and they only hit one home run, I come away a little disappointed no matter the outcome. If they win, if they lose, if they only hit one home run, I'm a little sad.
You're spoiled.
Is that bad, though?
No, that's a
Am
good
I
thing.
wrong for being disappointed that only one ball left the yard off a Twins bat yesterday?
I mean, I wouldn't say you're wrong. It is a good thing that they've set the bar that high.
Sure.
That now you're spoiled when it comes to the Bombas. Bomba soda. So I don't blame you. I don't necessarily feel the same way. I feel like maybe you're setting the bar a little too high, but at the same time, I don't blame you.
You're the one that has cut the brakes.
Cut the brakes.
And you're telling me that my bar is too high.
Well, there are other ways to win baseball games.
I'm not interested in those ways. Okay. No one should be interested in those ways. Bunting, get out of here.
Oh, no, I don't want any buds.
Going first to third on a single to right.
Oh, I love first to third on a single.
No,
oh,
you know what
man,
I want you to go
porn.
home to home on a ball over
Watching
the fence.
Willians Astudillo go first to third on a single is amazing.
It's amazing watching a ball go into the second deck in left field.
Also amazing. Also amazing.
That's amazing.
Also amazing.
Speaking of which, Yasmani Grandal for the Brewers absolutely crushed that ball into the second deck
did.
last night. That was fun to watch. Give me more of those. I want
but for
more
the Twins.
Runs. Either team, really. I'll just take home runs. I don't even care. I mean, I wanted Christian Yelich to hit 5 home runs last night because he's on my home run derby team. But I was disappointed that didn't happen.
Selfish.
I was disappointed only one Twins player hit a home run.
Put the team first.
It was I am my own team, and I am team first. I'm Team Danny Cunningham first. And
I get that.
That
I get that. I'm very much the same way.
But I just want more home runs.
I hear you.
I also saw, so yesterday, Miami Marlins hit 3 home runs in a game. Season high for them.
The Marlins?
Yes.
Like the professional baseball team, the Marlins?
Okay, the professional
baseball team,
yes,
the Marlins?
They hit 3 home runs in the game yesterday, bringing their season total to 39. They've hit 39 home runs this entire season. The Minnesota Twins are, 107 now?
Are you for real?
I'm 100% for real.
Wow.
So it could be worse.
Speaking of paltry numbers from the state of Florida, did you see the attendance for the Tampa Bay Rays game last night?
Yes, the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday drew less than 6,000 people at a Major League Baseball game.
I literally have more Twitter followers than they had people at that game
I do
yesterday.
too.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
I have more people that see my tweets than saw the Rays play.
I don't think I can say that about any other professional sports organization. That I have more Twitter followers than they have butts in seats.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Maybe the Arizona Coyotes,
Maybe.
the NHL team.
Maybe.
I'm sure they've had games around there. But wow, that's accurate. More people saw my tweets yesterday about Odell Beckham Jr. than saw the Rays play in person.
Oh, you were tweeting about Odell Beckham Jr.?
The Browns got
That's
Odell.
shocking.
He got a.
The Browns?
Yeah.
The Browns got Odell?
He got an orange and brown Rolls Royce, and you know how
I
in the
saw
Rolls Royce
yeah.
the logo pops up?
Yeah.
It's him.
The hood ornament, it's him.
It's amazing. It's one of the coolest cars I've ever seen.
That is pretty cool.
So I tweeted about that like that.
I get it.
And more people saw that than saw the Rays. And the Rays are good. That's the thing.
Right.
If the Rays were like the Marlins and just god awful, okay, I kind of get it. But
Yeah.
they're good. They might be a playoff team.
And it's a crappy stadium, but at least they put a roof on it.
Not a good roof though.
No, it's a bad roof.
There are far better roofs.
It's a bad
in
stadium.
baseball. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, weather isn't an excuse.
Yeah, but I don't
Like,
think
if
it
it's
would have been an
raining or if
excuse
it's too
last night.
hot or whatever the case might be, Rays fans have no excuse to go out to the park right now.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Crappy stadium, but it's a winning baseball club
Yeah,
and
it's a
has
good
been
baseball.
a winning baseball club.
They won
for a
90
long time.
games last
Yeah.
year. They're one of the, I don't want to say model franchises in baseball, but they're pretty good.
Just move that team out of there.
Where to? Where would you want to see the Rays move? I think there are a couple options that we could, and they would probably have to stay on the East Coast.
Not Montreal.
Okay, why not?
I don't get all the Montreal love.
I love the Expos.
Because I have family in Canada. I spent a lot of time in Montreal growing up as a kid. Would go at least once a year to
So
go.
do you speak French?
Visit? No. We went at least once a year to go and visit my family in Montreal, and it was usually in the summertime. So I went to a lot of Expos games, probably like 10 or more Expos games in my youth that I attended.
Vlad, baby.
And they were empty all the time. Like you don't not support a baseball. That'd be like if the Rays moved and 10 years later we're talking about how Tampa Bay needs a baseball team.
They might.
Like you lost your chance. Like the Sonics was a different thing. They were selling out Sonics games just couldn't get a deal worked out for a stadium, so they moved. So I get it. There's a fan base there and a following that is hungry for NBA basketball.
Sure.
Montreal has shown that they don't have interest in baseball. Why are we running to give them another team? Why is there this movement to bring back the Expos? I don't get it. They don't want it.
I also think if the Expos come back, the Blue Jays have to trade Vladdy Jr. to the Expos. I think that should be a rule.
Why? So nobody will watch him?
I'll watch him.
So he can play in front of empty stadiums?
It won't be empty.
It's
Vlad Jr.
stupid. You do it in Portland or Vegas?
I think Charlotte would happen before either of those two because I think they'd want to keep the team on the East Coast. They wouldn't want to have to realign divisions. And if you keep
true.
If you move the Rays to Montreal, they're in the East. If you move them to Charlotte, they're still in the East. Or if you send them out to Vegas,
Portland is the West Coast. Or no,
Portland, Maine is the East Coast, but
right.
they have a minor league baseball team and they're not ready for a major league baseball team.
No, probably not.
So Portland's West Coast, Vegas is West Coast. You can't have them. You have to change your divisions around. I don't think that's something baseball would be interested in doing. But with Bobby Manfred leading the way, who knows?
Right. That guy. I don't know what he's ever up to.
So basketball, NBA Finals start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you worried about the Bucks?
You think you're funny?
Yeah, because you told me last week that you weren't worried that they
You're a
were
funny guy
going
now.
to win in 6 and they lost in 6.
I picked them to win in 6 and they lost
But
in
you
6.
said you weren't worried.
I wasn't.
I told you to be.
I wasn't worried.
I told you to be worried.
You told me to be worried after Game 1 in the Celtics series, too, and you were wrong about that.
But I wasn't about Toronto.
Mr. Basketball guy.
Yeah. The Bucks.
By the way, Raised by Wolves today at noon on
Yes.
1500 live.
I'm sure
ScoreNorth.com.
we will dive into this a little bit more, but it was really interesting to see Giannis just not be able to shoot. Like, I think he had 9 air balls total in that series, a couple from 3, a couple from the free throw line, a couple like 10-foot floaters that didn't make it to the rim. He was shook.
I think we saw finally the pressure of him being on a stage he's never been on getting to him. You hear all the time that guys and teams need to learn to win, and it's proven over the course of time. Most teams don't just show up and win a championship in the playoffs. They lose in the first round, then they lose in the second round, then they lose in the third round. Even MJ's Bulls went through this, and then they finally break through it. I think we saw last night that Giannis, and especially some guys in his supporting cast, if that's going to stay his supporting cast, have some learning to do when it comes to performing on that stage.
And right now, I think we learned that, and this can change, but right now, he's an 82-game player. He's not a 16-game player. And I do think that can change, but something that worries me about that franchise is Mike Budenholzer is an 82-game coach, and I'm not sure that changes because he's had time and time again. He's been on this stage, and he fails to make adjustments, and this was another scenario just like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm putting this one on Budenholzer. I thought he actually coached an all-right series. I didn't take a lot of issue with much of what he did. I just think that, guys weren't hitting shots, man. You can coach all you want, but when the shots aren't falling, there's no coaching that will overcome that. You have to score points. You have to get buckets to win games. And they were doing a great job of putting up the wall and stopping Giannis from getting into the hole. And when he kicked it out, Bledsoe, Middleton, and those Lopez just weren't hitting shots consistently enough for them to win. Giannis has to find a way to overcome that when teams come up with defensive strategies to stop him or slow him down. There is a way. It's called shooting.
Yeah, it's a big part of basketball.
It's a huge part of basketball. But when teams do contain a superstar, and they will, even a guy as good as Giannis, even the best players in this league will be contained, you need the supporting cast to hit shots around him, and that just wasn't happening.
And then yesterday, a story from ESPN.com came out about the Los Angeles Lakers, which I'm assuming you've read because of your reaction.
I love that story.
The best part about that story was the Rob Pelinka, Kobe Bryant, Heath Ledger part, in my opinion. So what Rob Pelinka said is that, and Rob Pelinka, current general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers, prior to this, he was Kobe Bryant's agent. So, yes, that's how we got the Lakers job. It's ludicrous, but there we are. So, he said that Kobe Bryant saw the Dark Knight.
And video surfaced of this later in the day yesterday, of him telling this story.
Kobe Bryant saw the Dark Knight and asked Rob Pelinka, his agent, to set up dinner between Kobe and Heath Ledger because Kobe wanted to know how Heath Ledger locked into that role so well.
How he got in that mindset, in that dark place.
And then Kobe went and scored 39 against the New York Knicks the next night or something like that. Well, Heath Ledger died before the movie came out. The movie finished filming in November. That Lakers game was in December. And I'm sorry, but The Dark Knight had a lot of editing that needed to be done. It wasn't ready in less than a month.
He didn't get a special pre-screening.
He might have, but he didn't get a special pre-screening 9 months before the movie came out.
Exactly. It wasn't ready to be seen by anybody yet at that point.
No.
So it's a completely fabricated, made-up story.
In Rob Pelinka's defense, he never said Heath Ledger was alive for the dinner. So, I ask you, who's the dead guy you'd want to go eat with?
Oh, man, that's a great question. From the world of sports or anywhere?
You could pick anyone.
That is a great question.
But don't say Abraham Lincoln. Everyone says him.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I want to go, like, deep, like Gandhi or Jesus, or if I just want to go with, like, the guys I grew up admiring, like a Walter Payton.
Walter Payton would be cool.
I played catch with Walter Payton, so I kind of have an experience like that.
But you didn't have dinner.
Didn't have dinner. We didn't sit down and talk. I gotta say it'd probably be Jesus. Right? Is there a more important historical figure? Like, regardless of your religious beliefs, he's a historical figure who changed the course of human history. I think I'd probably go with Jesus.
That's a fair answer.
Right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for doing Cluster Fun today. We'll be on Raised by Wolves at 1. Ramie will be on The Twins Show at noon today, and then Purple Daily comes your way at 2 after that. You can find us on Score North.
You forgot Mackie and Judd with Ramie, weekdays 4 to 6.
There's that too, but that's like super far in the future. I was just trying to get the next 3 shows.
Okay.
Like, that's just really far in the future.
That's where my bread is buttered, dude. I'm just saying.
Mackie and Judd with Ramie. It's with Ramie. Like, you can't butter your bread if your name is just an afterthought in the show name. Score North, 1500 AM. Find us anywhere you consume your content. We're there. Talk to you tomorrow.